Start. Evening, no, afternoon. Right. Today, we're gonna talk about the most boring and more painful thing in part of your business. Payment gateways. We all hate them, they're all assholes, but we need them. We cannot live or we cannot charge our customers without them. Let's start. Merhaba Maghrib. My name is Uygar. It's a difficult Turkish name. Most likely you won't even say it properly, but it's U-Y-G-A-R, Uygar. I'm from London, originally I'm Turkish, and it's my first time in Morocco, even in Casablanca. Before coming here, all I know about the country is the old movie called Casablanca, obviously, and that was the only thing I know. But once we started what we're doing now, called Launchese, now I have 3,000 friends on Facebook, half of them from Morocco. And they're all nice people. I'm so happy to be here. Right, let's go. It doesn't work? No? Good. There we go. No. I messed up. All right. Okay. There, slide 3. This thing doesn't work properly. Hold on. Okay. Well, it's supposed to be another slide here, which is a shame doesn't run. Okay, let's start from this one. Before this slide, there was another slide about myself, who I am, what I'm doing. I'm in e-commerce business for 12 years. I started designing websites back in Turkey when I used to live. I was doing websites for small, medium enterprises. Then things didn't go well. I wasn't happy over there and decided to move to London. Last 12 years I'm living there. I am usually talking about print on demand. I have a print on demand company based in London, but the reason I'm here today is talking about setting up your business in United Kingdom, dealing with payment gateways, opening business accounts, and why do we need those kind of stuff. So we're gonna talk about that. But this thing, it doesn't work properly. Right. Cool. We're gonna start with the financial essentials when you start your online business. What will we need? Why do we need them? We're gonna talk about that. The first thing you need, I'm not talking about your website, your product, etc. It's not my expertise. We're gonna talk about the payment gateways. First, you need a payment gateway to charge your customers. And like Stripe, Shopify payments, Authorize.net, to checkout, there are thousands. How many of you having problem with Stripe? Oh, not many, that's good. I know you, you always have trouble with them. And why Stripe is hating us? Why always they giving us headache? I'm sure you all trying to find the answer of that question. That's why I'm here. I'm going to talk about that. Then later, we need PayPal, a wallet to charge the customers. How many of you having problem with PayPal? Well, more than Stripe. Who hates PayPal? Okay, lots of haters. I hate them as well. They're all assholes. But again, we need them. We need to cooperate with those people. I'm working with Moroccans for almost a year. Lots of friends here, and they all have some common questions, and they always trying to understand why Stripe, PayPal, or Checkout.com, etc., giving us that much headache. The reason is simple, because they just do their job. We need to play with their game. Trust me, I hate them. I'm dealing with PayPal and Stripe for years and years. They kept lots of my money. I was always in trouble with them. But as long as you fight with them, and if you understand what they are trying to achieve, why they're giving you that troubles, you improve yourself with finding new solutions to deal with them. After that, we need a business account. Most of the questions I receive from the Moroccan customers are, why do I need a business account? I have a personal account with, I don't know, Pioneer, etc. Doesn't work like that. If any financial institute in United Kingdom, and mostly in Europe as well, if they realize you using your personal bank account for business purposes, they're gonna shut you down. that's for sure. So that's why you need a business account. And also we're going to talk about that later. The business account means, for example, in the United Kingdom, to open a business account is extremely difficult job. They asking you shitloads of questions, papers, etc. But if you get that account, now you can fight with PayPal or Stripe because there is a proof that you have a legit company over there and you have a legit bank account in that company as well. And personal bank accounts. How many of you received that standard email from Stripe? In a second, when you set up your Stripe account, we need to verify your ID. Click this link, and we're going to check who you are. How many of you did you receive that email? Yeah. Why are they asking that? Because in Europe, we have a very centralized system to verify people, who they are, where they live, who are their addresses. Obviously, there is no system in the other countries, so they would like to know who you are. It doesn't matter where are you from, they're just trying to verify you. And the next one, cross-payment accounts. What are those? So you receive your payment, and you would like to pay to your supplier. What do you use? Pioneer, most likely, or TransferWise. Those virtual bank accounts helps you to transfer your money cross borders. You can pay to yourself, you can pay to your supplier in China or wherever it is. Those are the financial instruments we all need when we would like to run our e-commerce business. Essentials. Okay, one of the most common questions is coming. Why they all hate Moroccans? Anybody knows the answer? No one knows it. That's bullshit. They don't hate Moroccans, or they don't have anyone. They're just trying to do their job. The thing is, before coming here, I had no idea about Morocco, and I didn't know people there so talented about e-commerce. And imagine like me, most of those companies you're dealing with, PayPal, Stripe, they have no idea what you guys doing here. And because of they cannot measure what you're doing, so the Morocco is always under the radar. Which radar is this one? Let's have a look. Right. Every country in the world has a credit score, we call it. The list starts from AML on the middle, anti-money laundering, and you know your customers. There are marks for each of you, each country. Morocco is, the limit is, there's a company in Switzerland gives that scores. Morocco is under the radar. The limit is 6.5. The Morocco has, where is that slide? I'll show you. Right, there we go. Okay, the limit is 650. If your country is over 650, wherever you go in Europe, they will never open your bank account. That's the fact. But Morocco is lucky, the number is 612. So means you have a high chance to get the bank account and run your business smoothly. Okay, so most of the common questions when you try to open a bank account in UK or other countries, they ask you lots of questions. Your ID, your passport, what you're doing, your invoices from your supplier. I'm sure you all had it. You need to provide that. You need to deal with those people. Every time people, they say, oh, why are they asking me that much questions? Because they cannot verify you. That's the main reason they asking all those paperwork. And as long as you are not providing to those people what they asking for, they won't open your bank account. If you don't have a bank account, you are not going to maintain a good PayPal account and good Stripe account. This is something we all need to focus. That's why we're trying to help our customers on that fact. So, basic, I know this part is extremely boring, but this is one of the most common questions we always receive from the customers. When you apply to Stripe or PayPal, they do 3 checks. The first, they would like to know who you are and your address verification. If you are in Morocco, most likely they won't be able to verify who you are, and they're going to close your Stripe account or other account for a while, most likely. But there are lots of different ways we're trying to advise people. You can open a personal bank account somewhere in Europe. Most of countries, they allow that if you follow the terms and their regulations. And after that, AML checks. AML checks are anti-money laundering, you know, are you buying gun or this and that kind of stuff? None of you, they do that kind of business, but this is their job, they need to check. And the last thing is, again, verification, personal verification. You need a proper debit card. I'm not talking about prepaid card like Pioneer, etc. submits you. You need a proper bank account with proper debit card to verify that you are who the person you are talking about. But you're gonna say, hey, I live in Morocco, how am I going to open a bank account in UK? There are 1,000 ways. Just drop us an email, it's a free service anyway. Asking, we are not charging to anyone. You can find out. We have something called fintech, which is booming in London at the moment, and London is the market leader on this one. Every single day, there is a mobile banking pops out, every single day, and they're willing to open bank account for everyone. Again, if you follow the terms, what they're looking for, you will open the bank account straight away, and you can use that card to verify your identity on Stripe mainly. Next one. Okay, the famous, this is the website I visit every single day if I have a customer from different countries. You know, those are the scores, those are the most risky countries in the world. I know it's not fair, but if you are from those countries, you will never able to open a bank account because they don't want to take the risk. And again, I mean, the papers you provide in them, it's not their understanding. So again, as I said, Morocco is way better situation. Those countries, I think this is Tunisia and Libya in the middle, they even don't have data. So people from those countries, they most likely won't be able to get a bank account somewhere in Europe. I don't know, United States. It means you're gonna always have problem with Stripe. But Morocco is in the fantastic position, so let's keep going. Fraud, why are they checking us that much? The numbers of the fraud is super high and getting high and high. That's why Stripe is chasing you. Well, actually, Stripe is not chasing you. Visa and MasterCard is chasing Stripe and all other different payment gateways. They say, hey, Stripe, you send me that much fraud. 844.48 million is in 2018, the cost of the fraud to payment processors and remote banking and etc. This is a huge amount and it's increasing and increasing. As long as it increases, they will make the things tighter and tighter. But again, if you follow the rules, everything will be way better. Most common things is friendly fraud, we call it, which is, imagine you sell something. Okay, I'll give an example from one of the customer. He has one Stripe account. He has 5 different websites. All websites, they have, obviously, they have their own branding, they're all different. What people, most people they do, they open one Stripe account, okay. Description, the bank statement, you know, when they receive their statement, they see the name over there, let's say, Store 1. But he is using same Stripe account for 5 different websites with different names. Customer sees that, oh, I don't know that website. So it's easy to call the bank, hey, it's a fraud, give my money back, and bank gives money straight away. This is friendly fraud. They are your customer, they know, kinda, they bought from your website, and this is 86% of whole chargebacks you see comes from friendly fraud. And it's increasing and increasing. It's a huge amount. If you have a Stripe account, don't use it for every single website you have. It's super simple. You can create sub-accounts under the same account, and you can put the statement description with your company's name, or not company's name, the website's name. Make people to realize that when they get the bank statement, who the fuck was that? They shouldn't think about that. Then say, okay, I bought from this website, the way they won't claim it back. And the way Stripe is not going to complain about your chargebacks more than 2%, close the account, etc. Simple things to do. I mean, just the description in the Stripe settings will change and really decrease your chargeback and refund rate. The way you're gonna maintain your payments account with Stripe, way done better. Okay, what they want, this is the main question. This is, I spent, I think, 6 months to find out what is the main reason those guys, they get rejected. How they understand they are dropshippers. You know, I mean, we all love Stripe. I hate Stripe as well. Also, I love them because they have an amazing story. For me, they are the most talented payment gateway in the world. But on the other hand, they are so easy to start. Everybody can get a Stripe account and start selling in 10, 15 minutes. So easy to onboard. They don't check anything. They check you when you start receiving payments. How they understand you're a dropshipper? Products, design, any idea? How they know you're a dropshipper? The first thing is you all have horrible websites. All my customers, I don't know how many we have, but I clearly can say 90% have shit-looking websites. A cheapest template, 2 products in the main page, buy button on the main page. Well, I mean, my wife is working in my company for 6 months. She had no idea dropshipping before working with us. Now when she sees the website, I'm talking about my wife because she has no web design or that kind of experience, and she says, look at this website, this guy is a dropshipper, they're gonna reject their account. Of course they will. You invest lots of money to Facebook ads, burning money over there. I know people, 10 thousands every day they're spending. Just invest on your website. Make it look like a proper website, not a shit website with couple of images, no phone number, no name, nothing. People, they're gonna realize that, oh, this is a scam. Even if you're not a scam, they will think you're cheating. You're gonna steal their money and you're not going to send anything. And Stripe understands that. They have an amazing AI, works at the background, analyzes website when you submit your application to Stripe straight away, because it's so common. You all selling almost similar products. Even the descriptions I see in the customers, they're exactly the same. You need to pay attention. Right, the second thing, they always look in functional website and secure shopping cart. I'm not talking about this at the moment because all you use Shopify, fantastic platform, everybody's happy they do their. And another reason you get rejected, the product you're selling, there are lots of regulations, health-related products, gambling, cryptocurrency, etc. If you don't do those businesses, forget about Stripe, they're gonna reject you straight away. There are other higher risk processors in the market, you can talk with them. But as you imagine, they're going to charge you higher rates, but at least you will be able to charge those people. There's another thing, the number 4, do products on the website match production description in the application? I have some smart customers, they do like that. They make a website looking beautiful, everything is nice. Let's say Casablanca.com. They show they're like a tourism agency, etc. They make the application. After that, they connect same Stripe to the totally different website to make the charge. Well, Stripe is not stupid. They know where the money comes from, which URL comes from. So when they see that your application, the website on the application, and the money comes from the URL is totally different, they're gonna shut you down again. Business entity, we design website, everything is fine, but nobody knows who we are. People, they would like to trust. And there is, while I'm here, I met lots of talented people, which I wasn't expecting before. They do amazing softwares, they have amazing stores, everything is fine, but there is one thing in the world which makes me so sad. If you put your address as a company in Morocco, if you compare, you put a company name from London and address, or United States, or any wealthy country, the point of view, what they look into your website is different. I know it's ridiculous, I know it's so stupid, but this is how the system works. Put your company name always, if you have a company, you should have a company, in US, UK, Europe, wherever you are, on the footer of your website. They want to know they dealing with an entity, a business entity, not Hassan, Mehmet, etc., something limited. They would like to know if they pay the money, that money will go to the right hands and they're gonna ship their products. This is so important. I mean, I would say 80% of people, they don't do that. Clear posting company's official details on the contact page. Okay, one of the most common mistake you guys always doing. You create a website, everything is good, contact page, there's a form over there. That's it, and horrible looking form again. There's no phone number, there's no company name again, nothing. If they want to reach you, there is no other way instead of filling that form. It doesn't work like that. People, they want to know if they want to, they can call, somebody has to answer. They need to see your email address on your contact page, and optionally, obviously, the form is a way to contact. Those things I'm talking about, we call it something, Payment Gateway Bible. Every single payment gateway, when you submit your application, they have those ones. This list is, I think it's about 100 topics. I cannot fit all of them here. So they check every single topics one by one and compare in your website. There's a real person, apart from Stripe, there's a real person checking that. The next one, a phone number. I found something funny. We registered a company in UK for a customer from Jordan, I guess. Everything looks fine. A Jordan company, the company in United Kingdom, a name, etc. But the phone number is Jordanian. It doesn't make sense. You're telling those people, I'm a company from London, but call me from the Jordanian number. They're not that stupid. It's not going to work. Buy a number. There are thousands of virtual number companies out there, which is very cheap as well. Buy a number from them and forward that number to your phone or your call agent, support agent. Most of people, they think if they buy the number and place it there, everything is fine. I've seen some payment processors, they literally call that number just to double check if somebody is answering or not. So buying number is not the only solution. You need someone to reply, to answer those calls. And the other one is customer support email. Outside, we were talking with a couple of friends, and we were talking about, I made a nice website, I put my support email like beautifulshop@gmail.com. It doesn't work like that as well. You need to have your own email address, works on your own domain name. This is very important as well. And you need to push it everywhere. On the footer of your website, contact page, everywhere. They need to see, they need to understand that, okay, if I need help, I can email those guys straight away, not in a Gmail address. Next one. Doesn't work? Okay, it works. All right. Number 9, I was just talking about. When you create a Stripe account or any payment processor, be careful what you put into the description field. Build as. This is going to cause you lots of random Stripe. Don't put your company's name. Company and brand is something different. I have an X company, but I might have 5 different brands. People, they deal with your brand, not with your company. Don't put Beautiful Morocco Limited. They don't know that. They bought from Casablanca.com. Put Casablanca.com. Make it clear. Make it short and easy to notice. Otherwise, they will call the bank again, and they're going to ask for chargeback. All right. Policies, most boring part of the design and website. I hate that part. People, the payment processors, they like policies just to save their ass, not to save your hours. To save their ass, you need to put terms and conditions, definitely, privacy policy, return policy, and refund policy. Even if it's bullshit, you need to place it to your website. This is the first thing they're gonna check as well. It's so important. And be careful what is written inside as well. I know it's so boring to read those huge, massive pages of pages bullshit writing, but they're gonna check what's written inside. There's one important thing I know most of you won't like, and you won't like what I'm saying right now. Shipping policy. If there is a term in payment processors, if they are normal, no high risk accepted payment processors, Put your shipping time less than 14 days. I know most of you buy from China. God knows how long it's going to take sometimes. Even it takes 16 days, I would recommend you to put less than 14 days. This is one of the most important things they always check. If it is more than 15 days, okay, another check. So another excuse them to reject you. 11 is same as well, reasonable delivery time. Because of Amazon, customers, they are so impatient. They want everything now. It needs to arrive even today. Can you believe that? But you work with a supplier in China, at least they have 3-5 days to process the order plus shipping. But it needs to be reasonable. Even if it's a lie, you need to show them you're gonna ship them in a decent time. This is dropshipping part, it's not my expertise. I know you're gonna say, yeah, but it takes 3 weeks. Find a decent supplier. Find a decent supplier who has a nice, good warehouse in the countries you sell in, the way they can ship quicker. I mean, there are lots of beautiful applications out there you can use. They have warehouses in US, UK, Europe, so it's going to reduce the amount of the time you spend on shipping. Never act like a dropshipper. I know, sounds weird again. They don't like dropshippers. If you go to the restricted businesses part of Stripe, it clearly states that they see dropshipping most likely a fraud business, causes money laundering. I know it's not, but they see in that way. And most of you, I believe you receive email from Stripe say, okay, we close your accounts because your business is high risk, Dropshipping is not high risk. Dropshipping is, we call it middle. It's not high risk, but Stripe is using it as an excuse to kick you out. Even if they didn't kick you out now, they will kick you out. This is, again, I love them. I see them every month. I talk with my friends over there in good level, and they say, Uygar, we want to focus on software development companies mainly, or brands. This is your door. You need to focus and you need to push. You need to act like brands. Again, we go into the same conversation I was talking about at the beginning of my presentation. Do your website good looking. Invest on that one. Don't find the cheapest or free templates or themes on Shopify. Find someone. In Morocco, there are thousands of amazing designers. They do design. We work with, I don't know if he's Abdo, which is one of the most talented guys I met. He did all jobs for us. I'm sure there are lots of Abdos there. And you can work with these people to design your website nicely. If you don't invest your branding, I know it's a long and difficult way to go. You're gonna lose your website every 3 months. You're gonna make another website, another website, another website. This is not way forward to improve your business. You need a stable website, which they don't shut you down every 3 months, the way you can focus more marketing and more product research. So better websites, it's so important. Okay, business bank accounts. Another question, yeah. They always say, can I use my personal account for my business? No, you cannot. You cannot. If they realize, they're gonna shut you down. You need a business account. To get the business account, there are, again, lots of companies all over the world. If you have a company registered in a decent country, they're gonna open your bank account. Don't do this. Set up a company in UK, get a business bank account in the United States. Another red flag. They're gonna stop you again. Try to get a business bank account where your company has been registered. This is important. I have a company in US, but my bank account in UK. Another red flag. You can survive, but most likely they're gonna hunt you down, or they're gonna ask you lots of boring questions again. Next one, personal bank accounts, not virtual. What's virtual bank account? What's bank account? So many terminology. Pioneer is a cross-border payment. They act like a bank, but they are not a bank. They provide you virtual bank accounts. Means you can receive the money, you can send the money, but they cannot charge you. You know, Most of you, I'm sure you tried to add your Pioneer account to Shopify payments. And, well, obviously they know the bank account codes, sort codes, etc. They block straight away. And I know some of you, you're trying to link your TransferWise account to the Shopify payments as well, and it doesn't work as well, because they're not real bank accounts. They cannot charge you. Their problem is they don't give a shit it's a bank account or not. They just want to charge you. If you go minus in Stripe, they want to take that money back from your account. With the virtual bank accounts, they cannot do that. That's the main problem. So you need to give those people an account they can charge if you owe them money. This is one of the most important part as well. And what's this? You can reduce the friction of the checkout process of displaying the brand, the logos of the credit. Oh yeah, another very important tip which we always miss. Always put those boring Visa, MasterCard, American Express logo on the footer of your website. This is another thing payment processors check when they visit your website. They need to be on your footer, Visa, Master, etc. This is very important too. And again, Stripe doesn't like us because we're all dropshippers. Stripe is not the future. I know you would like to get Stripe account because it's a beautiful business model, and you can onboard so quickly, get approved, but they're gonna kick you out anyways. Never, ever rely on dropshipping business mainly based on Stripe. Again, in somehow, they're gonna find you and they're gonna kick you out. There are thousands of payment processors out there. Stripe is not the only one. I know you all want Stripe account, but if they realize that you're a proper dropshipper, not a branded website, they're gonna kick you. There are thousands. Checkout.com, for example, one of the biggest. Nobody uses because they have some, I think you need to make 30K every month to open an account with checkout.com. But to checkout, Blue Snap, I mean, there are hundreds. Imagine you have a company in a decent country, in UK, let's say. You can open and apply to the many processors. It's not only Stripe. There are thousands out there. Email me, I'm going to send you the full list. Just keep applying. Somebody is going to approve you, not only Stripe. And again, don't rely on Stripe. They will hunt you down in somehow. Legit business. Branding, we always talk about that. Focus on branding. You need to build the trust on your customers, not a shitty logo, horrible name, web design. You need to explain them again and again and improve your brand awareness with those guys. And tax, best question. If I set up a company in UK, am I going to pay tax? Yes, fuck yeah, you're gonna pay tax. You have to pay tax. Even if you pay a small amount, you need to pay the tax. You need to maintain your company in good way. Even if it's £2, £3, whatever, but at least it's going to show when the Stripe or payment process come back to you, can I see your latest tax filling forms, etc. If it is nothing in there, they won't accept you. Also, I mean, look, there are lots of tricks if you want to do. Don't go that way. I mean, run a legit business in UK or US. I'm not saying you only UK. There are lots of support from government if you're a small business. Don't think like, I'm a little dropshipper from Morocco, I have a bank account and company in UK, I'm just using to open Stripe. You are a legit UK company. You have exactly same rights what I have over there. You can apply for loan, you can get lots. If you have a really interesting, especially software-based ideas, the government is supporting those companies. Doesn't matter you live in Morocco or another country, they will help you. If you Google it, HMRC's website or company's website, which is the official departments of the United Kingdom, you will find lots of information. Don't consider yourself a merchant from Morocco. Think globally. You can, I mean, people, they ask me why I need to set up a company in London. Historically, for 500 years, London is the center of trading of the world. You can pretend like you are a company from there and expand your business worldwide. Trust me, it's going to build up more trust, and the chances you're gonna get is going to be way higher and more alternative than the other countries you have. Transparent. Do not run website behind the curtains. Tell them your story. About us page. Don't post bullshit there. Just explain them what you're doing, what are your mottos, why they need to know you, or why they need to buy a product from you. This is so important. Give them details. Don't do copy and paste from your competitor. Don't nick from there. Find the right content. Explain them. People, they will like to know who they're dealing with. That era of big corporation, we are this, formal conversation is over. People, they would like to see a real face. They would like to feel like they're dealing with a real person. One of the very common things in UK we do, and most of small companies in UK, they push as like family-run company. People, they love that kind of story. They always buy it. They explain, hey, I'm a guy, I'm doing this with my wife, etc. We support them with buying this product. You're going to support a family-run business. Those small, tiny details is going to show your real face to people, and they will realize that you are not a company, it's a digital code over there. There are real people behind they can talk with or they can deal with. Eggs. Don't put your eggs in one basket. Stripe is not the only solution in the world. They will love you. I'm sure there are some people here now. They say, yeah, my Stripe is okay. You never know. They're your friend unless they're making money from you. When they start losing money, trust me, they won't know you. They will keep your thousands over there, and you will struggle to get that money back. Most of you know, PayPal keeps 180 days, 6 months. It's insane. I used to have that problem. This is how I started to do Launchese, actually. I have a print-on-demand company, I think two Christmas before. We made good money. Everything is going well. I think a seller from Vietnam, they just increased the chargeback or something like that. Till that, it was the account I'm maintaining for 10 years, and suddenly PayPal has been changed. They blocked my 65,000 over there, and they didn't give me that money for 6 months. For a small business, 65,000 is shitloads of money. I was about to bankrupt in that time to maintain the company. Obviously, people, they got order, and they want you to print their order and ship them. I struggled. This is how I ended up with Launchese. I said, I cannot be the only one who's having those problems. With Yusuf Khalidi, we were discussing. I said, Yusuf, what we need to do? We need to find a solution to those people. He said, yeah, I know, but how to do that? And we started to discuss. I said, do you know what? I have a solution. I made this process to set up a company in UK, open a bank account. One of my Vietnamese seller. He said, are you fucking? Are you joking? Yes. I said, we made it. It's real. Then we started to focus on Launchese to help other people. You're not the only one. Talk to us or talk to the groups, test kickers, or lots of other groups as well. Tell your problems. And we, and a community, we're going to help you. You're not the only one. And if you didn't have these problems, it doesn't mean you're not going to face it again. They will find you. Never forget, the financial institutes, they are not your friends. All they want is your money. When they start losing money because of you, they don't give a fuck who you are, how much money they made from you. They will shut you down. Because the chargebacks and frauds pushing those guys so heavily. Visa, MasterCard, those are the biggest mafia in the world. They managing the money. And when they receive lots of chargeback complaints from the customers, they go back to Stripe. Hey, Stripe, your customer, because of the rate like that, so I'm not going to let you use my system anymore. So they scare. They push you down and they try to control every single thing. Never ever work with one payment processor. There are thousands out there. Don't focus only to Stripe. There are many. They would like to work with you, again, until a certain limit. And if you lose your Stripe or other account, you're going to have a backup to keep going, maintain your business. This is important. Merchant account. Who heard about merchant account? Anybody has an idea about what is merchant account? No one? Really? Okay. I'm not going to go to these boring details. If you want to talk about that, I'll be outside, and also I have a workshop on last day, I think around 2 o'clock. Merchant account, a special bank account between you, this is you, payment gateway, Shopify payments, etc. This is merchant account, and this is bank. It takes ages to open, I'll be honest with you. They're gonna ask lots of questions about your stock, about your invoices, your bank account. Do you have a representative in US or UK? But if you get this one, you're gonna build your own Stripe. I'm trying to make it simple not to confuse you. Focus on merchant account. There are lots of fake companies. We don't sell merchant account, by the way. There are lots of fake companies in the market. They say, we're gonna open your merchant account, etc. Read their reviews, check their websites, talk with your friends. But as long as you have the merchant account, you will say, fuck off Stripe, I don't need you anymore. You will be more flexible. Talk to WorldPay, one of the biggest payment processor in the world, based in London. Now they're American, I guess. You can open merchant account from these guys. Cost only £20 every month. But the documentation, applying process, it takes time, might up, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. But once you get it, you don't need the Stripe or other payment processors anymore. Wallet is the future. I hate PayPal. I'm sure most of you hate as well, but we need them. For now, they are the king. There is no proper competitor. But I read a lot about that. It's going to increase 55% of online purchases, going to be on 2019, will be made to the wallets. There are lots of alternatives coming up, and PayPal is not going to be alone anymore. Give a couple of years. I know it's a long time, but again, people, they will focus because of the fraud, easy to use, etc. They will focus on wallet payments. So think about that. Let's change. Okay, that was my presentation. I hope you like it. I know I talk lots of technical details sometimes. If you want to learn more, I'll be outside. And also, we have a workshop on 9th of November about, it's 2 o'clock. Come there, just say hi. You don't need to be Launchese customer or something like